Hi there, this is Pammy Joe, and I encourage souls and leaders to blossom by showing you mercy and helping you feel peaceful at full bloom. I want to talk about false teachers because it would be really easy to be considered one with everything that we've been taught and heard. There's people yapping all over the internet, there's people all over the world with different opinions. So how do you know what the truth is? Well, first, I want to talk about what happens if you're not telling the truth, and not to be pessimistic, but I'm having a little trouble with lining this thing up, so I want to see if I'm sort of centered. Yeah, okay. Thank you. In the Bible, for example, 2 Peter chapter 2 tells about false teachers and their destruction. I'm telling you this for education, not for condemnation, all right? I know that says destruction. There were false prophets among the people, just as there will be false teachers among you. They will secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying the sovereign Lord who bought them, bringing swift destruction on themselves. They're talking that God's essence is the only value great enough to redeem us from rebellion and sin. So keep listening, though. If God did not spare angels when they sinned, but sent them to hell, putting them in chains of darkness to be held for judgment, if he did not spare the ancient world when he brought the flood on ungodly people, but protected Noah, etc., if he did not spare them, then why do we think that we will be allowed to deceive others? So I fear God and his judgment and justice system, because in order for us to survive, he cannot allow destructive tendencies to take over, because they'll destroy the race. So he describes those who follow the corruption of the flesh and despise authority. The corruption of the flesh, corrupt desire of the flesh, and despise authority, and the desire of the flesh, things that go against God's code or morals, rather than that flesh is corrupt. He's talking about things that hurt others, that happen as a result of gratifying flesh but ignoring your soul, your eternal soul. So bold and arrogant, they are not afraid to heap abuse even on celestial beings, yet even angels, although they are stronger and more powerful, do not heap abuse on such beings when bringing judgment on them from the Lord. That is the purpose of this discussion. They are not afraid to heap abuse on celestial beings, but even angels, though they are stronger and more powerful, do not heap abuse on such beings when bringing judgment on them from the Lord. But these people blaspheme matters they don't understand. They're like unreasoning animals, creatures of instinct, born only to be caught and destroyed. And like animals, they too will perish. So I was reading that out of the verse, so that's why I'm distracted here. We are eternal beings, souls of love and light. We may only live in the flesh however many years we live, but then we continue. We can choose to continue now, or we can wait to die to deal with being eternal. I prefer to deal with being eternal now and to become accountable to God. He already set up a system of forgiveness and repentance that covered us, but rebelling from him now, just as those ones did in the beginning before humans were here, they're chained up. I don't want to be. I'm going to serve God. That means that people who don't know what they're talking about may blaspheme God, me, you, and everyone else by calling us names, by calling us crazy, by whatever, by crucifying people. Nobody, even angels, has the right to judge others. That's what that verse says to me. So even if you are an eternal soul of love and light, I can't judge you. You can't judge me. If I catch you judging me, I don't have to bow to your will. You may be right and you may not be judging me. You may be giving me advice. That's fine. But to lash out at other beings in judgment and condemning them is not godly. It's not in line with God's morals. And so I'm going to be focusing on myself doing that and stop doing it. But I'm also not going to take it from others, take it too hard from others. I probably will listen to it and not say anything, but I'm not going to take it to heart, because if I do, I make you God instead of God God. That's why we can't do it. God is the judge. Others can be in a bad mood, misinformed, not have all the information. Maybe something in them wants you to do something, but it's not for you right at that moment, and they're pushing you to do it, and you resent them. There's all of these things. God's the only one who knows what is the right thing for you to do next. So we don't purposefully blaspheme others, but we care enough about God to learn from this and to be asked and shown how to not do it. If even the mightiest angels don't do it, then I don't think it's smart for us to. Why would I bring this up right now? It's because since I was young, I had this naive belief that if someone told me to do something, I should do it. Well, Eve had the same naive belief. You don't always do what people tell you to. Some of the people telling me to do things, I'm not being a victim, I've dealt with this, but they were very destructive, dangerous things for me. Could have killed me. So I'm saying answer to God and take care of yourself. And don't blaspheme others by assuming you know what's best for them. Give them ideas, but treat them with respect and let them choose. Free will is important to God too. I think that says it well enough. So thank you for listening. And I hope to be on here about twice a week. So I'll try to set up a schedule for that. Okay, bye-bye.